Chapter 7. The Daily Pro-Ease Practice. Practice makes perfect. Traditional proverb. Learning to interrupt depression is crucial, and transforming your demons into deities is profound work. But the real game changer is building a daily practice that prevents depression from taking hold in the first place, while actively cultivating what I call pro-ease, the opposite of dis-ease. Real-life superpowers. Think of it this way: if dis-ease makes you weak, sick, and incapable, then pro-ease should make you strong, healthy, and capable. If dis-ease is death force, then pro-ease is life force. From human to superhuman. Here's the thing: in this world of duality, where everything appears to have an opposite, why do we have 1,000 plus diseases and not a single pro-ease? That's got to be the powers that be at work, holding back greatness from us. Through education, we move about this life as if everything is taken care of, and thus most people don't entertain ideas of a higher caliber. Well, I'm here to tell you that pro-ease exists, it's real, and you can cultivate it daily through specific practices. What I'm about to share is my personal system, developed through years of testing, for maintaining mental clarity and emotional well-being in a world designed to manufacture depression. The foundation: mental hygiene. Guard your thoughts, they shape your language. Guard your language, it shapes your choices. Guard your choices, they shape your life. S.K.O. Just like you wouldn't eat garbage all day and expect to be physically healthy, you can't consume mental garbage all day and expect to be mentally healthy. Mental hygiene is about being as careful with what enters your mind as you are with what enters your body. Imagine your consciousness as a beautiful garden. Would you allow someone to dump toxic waste on your flowers? Would you let weeds grow unchecked among your vegetables? Mental hygiene is tending the garden of your mind. I made a mental list of daily routines and rituals that would rewrite my habits and thoughts, essentially the same concept as all those 21 to 30-day rehab plans. The principle is simple: just do things that will make your future self better, period. Mental hygiene principles. Consciousness care. Filter input. Be selective about what you consume mentally. Regular cleansing. Daily practices to clear mental toxins. Positive cultivation. Actively plant uplifting thoughts and experiences. Maintenance. Consistent daily attention to mental state. Protection. Boundaries against toxic influences. And always remember to meditate, meditate, meditate. Unknown. Sunrise Foundation. 5 a.m., 8 a.m. How you start your day doesn't determine your day. Remember, each moment is its own new beginning. S.K.O. Wake up and breathe fresh air. The moment I wake up, if possible, I get outside and breathe in fresh air. That's simple. Nice, long, slow, deep, life-giving breaths. This isn't just about oxygen. It's about connecting with something larger than the indoor, artificial environment most of us live in. Even if it's just stepping onto a balcony or opening a window, get that fresh air into your lungs. Feel the cool morning air filling your chest, clearing the fog of sleep, awakening your cells. Notice how different this feels from the stale, recycled air of indoor spaces. Body care and dress for success. Taking care of your body's hygiene isn't vanity. It's honoring the vessel that carries your consciousness. proper cleansing of all bodily faculties, both inside and out, is a must. Clothing should be made of only life-promoting fabrics, linens, wools, hemps, cottons, and whatever others are natural. You don't have to dress up for others, but dress in a way that honors yourself. Jewelry as well. There's enough gold and copper and crystals around for every individual person. These materials literally have the ability and molecular structures to work with different energies, to conduct frequency-based operations. Computers, phones, many technologies of the world incorporate these materials and use them to operate our tech world. So in other words, robots receive precious metals and minerals to function at higher and higher levels. But you get things like fluoride, chlorine, TSP in your cereals, and a laundry list of other poisonous ingredients instead. Doesn't your government love you? Movement practice. Even 10 to 15 minutes of movement can shift your entire day. This could be walking or light exercise, Tai Chi or yoga, sitting, standing, or walking meditation, giving thanks, appreciation, manifestation affirmations, just stretching on a yoga mat. I personally keep yoga mats around for random stretching events. The key is moving your body and energy first thing in the morning, instead of immediately plugging into devices or mental stress. Morning routine checklist. 5 to 8 a.m. Foundation. Breathe. Fresh air for 5+ minutes outside. Cleanse. Honor your body with proper hygiene. Cloth. Natural fabrics that feel good on your skin. Move. Any form of physical activity for 10 to 15 minutes. Intend. Set positive intention for the day. Nutritional consciousness. 8 a.m., 11 a.m. Let food be thy medicine, and medicine be thy food. Hippocrates. Natural food or continued fasting? I highly recommend natural foods, preferably fruits, as well as the incorporation of fasting. Here's something most people don't consider. When was the last time a vegetarian or monk went on a killing spree? Meat eaters tend to be more aggressive and often have parasites that can influence mind and emotions. I'm not saying everyone needs to be vegetarian. I'm not a vegetarian. What I am saying is that what you eat affects how you think, feel, and behave in ways most people don't realize. Here's something that should make you think. It's called the Food and Drug Administration, not the Food and Drink Administration. Food and drugs. Notice how they're grouped together. The same agency that approves antidepressants also approves Red 40, high fructose corn syrup, and countless chemicals that create brain fog and mood swings. When you're eating processed foods loaded with mood-disrupting additives, you're more likely to need the drugs they're also approving. Coincidence? Depression for some can be overcome just with dietary changes alone. The morning is also a great time for continued fasting if that works for your body. Your mind is often clearest when your digestive system isn't working hard to process heavy foods. And remember, this applies to both physical and non-physical intake. Food and consciousness connection. What you eat affects how you think. Natural foods increase mental clarity and emotional stability. Processed foods create brain fog and mood swings. Sugar causes energy crashes and irritability. Fresh fruits provide clean energy and hydration. Fasting allows mental clarity and spiritual connection. Conscious media consumption throughout the day. You are what you eat, but you are also what you watch, read, and listen to. Unknown. Curated positive content. For moments where I need something outside of me to distract me, I've created a mental filter where I actively choose content that elevates rather than depresses my consciousness. Remember the difference between manufactured depression content, MTV Cribs, and authentic uplifting content. That YouTube guy helping people in foreign countries. Choose consciously. Affirmation decks and mantras. I've created several affirmation decks that I've memorized through repetition. These aren't just feel-good statements, they're conscious reprogramming tools. When you catch your mind running negative loops, you can consciously redirect it with memorized positive statements. Mantras and positive self-talk become especially powerful when you do them consistently enough that they start running automatically in the background of your mind. The Tesla 369 method. If you only knew the magnificence of the 3, 6, and 9, and you would have the key to the universe. Nikola Tesla. Mantras and positive self-talk become especially powerful when you do them consistently enough that they start running automatically in the background of your mind. Nikola Tesla believed that 3, 6, and 9 were the key to understanding the universe. His obsession with these numbers wasn't random. He recognized their appearance in natural patterns, sacred geometry, and frequency relationships throughout creation. You can use Tesla's number obsession for consciousness reprogramming through what's known as the 369 method. Daily practice. Morning. Write your hailing affirmation 3 times. Afternoon. Write it 6 times. Evening. Write it 9 times. Duration 33 days straight. Another Tesla number. Example affirmations. I choose my thoughts consciously. My natural state is pro-ease. I am a healing presence for others. Depression is just a thought I can redirect. The repetition combined with Tesla's sacred numbers creates a powerful rewiring effect in your subconscious mind. This isn't just repetition, it's frequency programming, using the same numerical principles Tesla used for his revolutionary discoveries. The handwriting component is crucial. The physical act of writing engages different neural pathways than typing, creating deeper subconscious programming while honoring the vibrational patterns Tesla recognized in these sacred numbers. Content curation strategy. Conscious consumption guidelines. Morning. Start with inspiring, uplifting content. Throughout day. Notice what triggers negative feelings. Evening. Avoid negative news before bed. Always. Choose creation over consumption when possible. Emergency. Have go-to uplifting content ready for crisis moments. And always remember to meditate, meditate, meditate. But there's another mental shift that's even more powerful than choosing positive content. It's training your mind to notice what's already working in your life. The gratitude recalibration. Energy flows where your attention rests. Focus on what's real, what's good, and it begins to grow. S.K.O. Your brain is wired to scan for threats. It's a survival mechanism that kept our ancestors alive in a world of real danger. But today, that same system gets triggered by emails, silence, or a tone of voice. Even in a relatively safe modern world, the brain's threat detector can go haywire, spotting problems everywhere, while completely missing what's working. Depression often stems from faulty mental math. You focus intensely on the 3 things going wrong, while completely ignoring the 300 things going right. The negative bias trap. Here's what usually happens in a depressed mind. what you focus on, the job you don't have, the relationship that ended, the money you're missing, the body you wish you had, the opportunities you missed. What you ignore, the fact that you woke up this morning, your heart beating 100,000 times today without your help, water flowing from your tap, food available when you're hungry, a roof keeping you dry, people who care about you, your ability to read these words, the miracle of consciousness itself. This isn't about toxic positivity or pretending problems don't exist. This is about accurate accounting. The depression math error. Depressed mind math. 3 problems plus 0 acknowledged good things equals life is terrible. Accurate math. 3 problems plus 300 things working equals life has challenges but is fundamentally abundant. The problems are real, but so is everything else. When you only count the problems, you create artificial scarcity in the midst of actual abundance. The gratitude practice that actually works. Forget the generic gratitude journal that feels forced. Here's what actually shifts your mental state. Morning reality check. 5 minutes. Every morning, before checking your phone or engaging with any external input, name 5 things that are working in your life right now. Physical. My body is breathing automatically. Shelter. I have a place to sleep safely. Relationships. Someone cares whether I'm alive. Abilities. I can see, hear, think, move. Possibilities. Today offers new opportunities. The comparison flip. Instead of comparing your life to people who have more, occasionally compare it to people throughout history who had less. People in the world today who would consider your problems luxury concerns. Your own life during your worst moments. This isn't about feeling guilty for having problems, it's about recalibrating your perspective. Why this works neurologically. When you actively acknowledge what's working, neuroplasticity literally rewires your brain to notice positive patterns. Dopamine pathways strengthen around appreciation rather than complaint. Stress hormones decrease as your nervous system registers safety. Creative problem solving improves because you're not in survival mode. The gratitude resistance. Your ego will resist this practice because ego's job is to maintain problems. Ego thinks that if you appreciate what you have, you'll become complacent and stop improving your life. This is backwards. Grateful people actually create more positive change because they're operating from abundance rather than lack, love rather than fear. Beyond gratitude, the appreciation revolution. True appreciation goes deeper than listing good things. It's recognizing that your existence itself is statistically impossible and therefore miraculous. You are made of stardust, animated by mysterious life force, equipped with consciousness that can contemplate its own existence, connected to every living thing through shared elements and energy. When you truly grasp this, most problems reveal themselves as temporary inconveniences in an otherwise incredible experience. The daily recalibration. Morning question. What's working in my life that I usually take for granted? Evening question. What am I grateful I experienced today, even in small ways? This isn't about denying problems or forcing positivity. It's about training your attention to notice the full spectrum of your experience, instead of just the negative slice that ego amplifies. When you change what you pay attention to, you literally change your reality, because attention is what makes experience real. Environmental design. Your environment shapes your consciousness more than you realize. I'm known. Houseplants everywhere. Surround your living space with plants that purify the air, connect you with nature even when you're indoors, and create a more life-supporting environment. Your environment shapes your consciousness more than you realize. Plants are living beings that literally convert carbon dioxide into oxygen. Having them around creates a micro-ecosystem that supports life rather than depleting it. Nature connection. Get outside and connect with nature regularly. This isn't just nice to have, it's essential for mental health. We're natural beings trying to live in artificial environments. Regular nature connection helps restore your natural rhythms and perspective. Even if it's just sitting under a tree for 10 minutes, walking barefoot on grass, or watching clouds move across the sky, these simple connections can reset your entire nervous system. Environment optimization. Creating a pro-ease space. Plants. Living energy that purifies air and consciousness. Natural light. Open windows. Minimize artificial lighting during day. Natural materials. Wood, stone, crystals, metals used consciously. Clean spaces. Clutter creates mental chaos. Sacred areas. Designated spots for meditation or reflection. Social connection and service. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. Mahatma Gandhi. Daily good deeds. Throughout the day, I try to tell someone something good, text someone to ask how their day is going, or make sure someone is okay. This gets you outside your own mental loops and connects you with the web of relationships that make life meaningful. Sometimes it's as simple as complimenting a cashier, helping someone carry heavy bags, or sending an encouraging message to a friend. These micro acts of service create ripples of positivity. Charitable acts. As I mentioned in the interrupt protocol, charitable acts instantly boost feelings and morale. Even if the action seems meaningless in the long run, a smile on an elderly person's face from you, truly helping them, is priceless. The key word is truly. This isn't about performing kindness for your own ego. It's about genuine service that gets you connected to something larger than your personal problems. Healthy community events. When possible, I recommend attending healthy events with like-minded people. This might be rare, but when you find your tribe, people who are also working on consciousness and well-being, prioritize that connection. This could be meditation groups, nature walks, community gardens, volunteer work, or any gathering focused on growth and service rather than consumption and campaigning. Service and connection menu. Daily connection practices. Microservices. Compliment a stranger. Help someone with directions. Send encouraging texts. Listen without trying to fix. Community building. Join consciousness-focused groups. Volunteer for causes you care about. Create gatherings focused on growth. Support others doing this work. Physical practices. Movement isn't just physical, it's emotional alchemy. Move the body, and the mind will follow. S.K.O. Sun exposure. Getting in the sun isn't just pleasant, it's medicinal. Natural sunlight is a natural antidepressant. Even 10-15 minutes can completely shift your energy and brain chemistry. Feel the warmth on your skin, the light entering through your eyes, the vitamin D production happening in your cells. This is free medicine that's been available to humans for millions of years. Regular exercise. This doesn't have to be intense gym workouts. Walking, stretching, dancing, swimming, anything that moves energy through your body and prevents the stagnation that contributes to depression. I keep yoga mats around specifically for spontaneous movement. When you feel stagnant energy, you can immediately stretch or move without having to plan or prepare. Movement integration. Daily movement practices. Morning, 10 to 15 minutes of any movement. Midday, walk outside. Stretch at desk. Take stairs. Evening, gentle movement. Yoga or dancing. Anytime. Spontaneous movement when energy feels stuck. Weekly. Longer activities like hiking, swimming, or sports. Evening practices. Peace cannot be kept by force. It can only be achieved by understanding. Albert Einstein. Mindfulness and meditation. In between all the daily activities, I practice mindfulness until I can relax and fully meditate or drift into the place of no thought. This is the ultimate goal, accessing that inner stillness that's always been there, unchanged by all the drama and chaos of daily life. This doesn't have to be formal sitting meditation. It could be mindful dishwashing, conscious breathing while walking, or simply observing your thoughts without getting caught in them. Quality rest. Good sleep isn't just recovery, it's a reset. Remember, you can't be depressed while you're sleeping, unless you're having nightmares, and even those can be worked with. Sleep is proof that your consciousness can exist in states other than the ones that create suffering. Create a bedroom environment that supports deep rest, cool temperature, dark space, comfortable bedding, no screens for at least an hour before sleep. Evening wind down. Preparing for restorative sleep. 2 hours before bed. No screens or stimulating content. 1 hour before. Reading, gentle music, or meditation. 30 minutes before. Gratitude practice or journaling. In bed. Deep breathing or body relaxation. If awake, return to breath or back to the blank, empty state instead of engaging with thoughts. The pro-ease concept in action. The best way to take care of the future is to take care of the present moment. The Thich Nhat Hanh. Here's what's beautiful about this daily practice. It doesn't just prevent depression, it actively generates this sacred secretion I'm impermanently calling pro-ease. This is like a contagious wellness that radiates from you to others. Imagine if there was a natural drug or bodily secretion produced by this pro-ease state that could make you feel better than any manufactured substance. Something that, when you experience pure bliss and ecstasy, you don't want to leave that state. This isn't fantasy. This is what happens when you consistently practice pro-ease cultivation. Your natural state becomes so elevated that artificial stimulation starts to feel hollow and unnecessary. Natural high chemistry. Your body's pharmacy. Endorphins. Natural painkillers released through exercise. Serotonin. Mood stabilizer produced through sunlight and service. Dopamine. Reward chemical activated by achievement and creation. Oxytocin. Love hormone released through connection and touch. Anandamide. Bliss molecule created through meditation and flow states. We have superpower secretions. We know that adrenaline can produce enhanced speed, strength, or mental prowess. Usually, the activation is unconscious and unwarranted, but what if we could consciously activate that enhanced state at will? According to science, DMT, dimethyltryptamine, is produced in the human brain, a powerful, naturally occurring psychedelic compound, believed by some researchers to be synthesized in the pineal gland, often referred to as the seat of the soul. Though its exact function remains mysterious, DMT has been linked to dreaming, near-death experiences, and profound spiritual states. Some scientists theorize that the brain releases DMT during moments of extreme physical or emotional intensity, such as birth, death, and deep meditation, potentially acting as a bridge between consciousness and what some describe as the spiritual realm. While research is still unfolding, many who have encountered DMT, either endogenously or through external means, report a sense of universal connection, timelessness, and deep inner truth, echoing age-old spiritual teachings from around the world. My experience confirmed to me DMT as a secretion that allows access to heightened spiritual prowess and the Akashic records. Edgar Cayce appeared to have this ability. I never learned about Edgar Cayce at school, church, or a hospital. I wonder why. Instead, they gave us contradicting Christopher Columbus tales, fictional heroes and saviors, and soulless masters. Dealing with resistance. What you're afraid to face is the very thing that could set you free. S.K.O. Your current habits and addictions will resist this new way of living. The parts of you that are addicted to technology, processed foods, negative thinking, and toxic entertainment won't give up easily. But here's what I've learned. As soon as I stop doing the things that cause depression, I immediately find that things are different. Not always good or bad, but different. Because of this ability to pause, stop, or change, and the potential of the human heart, I know we can tap into something much more fulfilling, rewarding, and sustaining, because that is real, unlike all the manufactured bullshit in this world. Common resistance patterns. What your addicted mind will say, "This is too much work. I don't have time for all this. I need my coffee, sugar, screens, and this is weird spiritual stuff. I'm fine the way I am." Reality check. You have time for what you prioritize. You're already doing things, just changing what things. Your current habits aren't working or you wouldn't be reading this. Your resistance proves you need this most. The 21 to 30 day principle. It takes 21 days to form a habit, 90 days to create a lifestyle. Unknown. Like any addiction recovery program, give this practice 21 to 30 days of consistent implementation before judging its effectiveness. You're literally rewiring neural pathways and breaking old patterns that may have been running for decades. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. Some days you'll nail every element of the practice, other days you'll barely manage one or two elements. That's normal and acceptable. What matters is the overall direction and consistency over time. Progress tracking system. Weekly assessment. Week 1. Notice which practices feel natural versus difficult. Week 2. Track energy levels and mood patterns. Week 3. Observe how others respond to your energy. Week 4. Evaluate overall life satisfaction and mental clarity. Monthly review. What practices served you most? Where do you still feel resistance? How has your mental state shifted? What needs adjustment or refinement? Creating your personal system. The secret of change is to focus all of your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new. Socrates. You don't have to adopt my exact routine. The key is to create your own daily system that starts your day with intention rather than reaction, feeds your mind consciously rather than unconsciously, moves your body regularly, and connects you with life and nature, includes some form of service to others, ends with practices that promote rest and inner stillness. The specifics matter less than the consistent commitment to treating your consciousness with the same care you'd give to anything precious and important. Design your Pro-Ease system. Customization guidelines. Identify your needs. What time of day is your energy highest or lowest? What activities naturally uplift your mood? What environments support your well-being? What forms of service feel authentic to you? Build your routine. Choose 3 to 5 practices that resonate most. Start with 10 to 15 minutes total daily. Add new elements gradually. Adjust based on what works. Stay flexible but consistent. Because that's what it is, your consciousness is the most valuable thing you possess, and in a world designed to pollute it, maintaining its clarity and well-being becomes both a personal necessity and a revolutionary act. Chapter Summary. Key takeaways from Chapter 7. Pro-ease is the opposite of dis-ease, actively cultivated wellness, a real-life superpower. Mental hygiene is as important as physical hygiene. Morning practices set the tone for your entire day. Natural foods, sunlight, and movement are medicine. Service to others instantly shifts your energy. Your body produces natural drugs better than any artificial ones. Resistance is normal. Expect it and work with it. 21 to 30 days of consistency creates lasting change. Reflection questions. What elements of this daily practice feel most appealing to you? Where do you expect to encounter the most resistance? How might your life change if you treated your consciousness as your most valuable possession? In the next chapter, we'll explore what happens when you consistently practice Pro-ease, how you naturally become a healing presence that others are drawn to,